I'm Kristi Willis, and I write a blog called Austin Farm to Table.
Okay, so Kristi, how did you get interested in blogging about food, and especially organic, local food?
Well, I've always been interested in food and cooking, and I actually started blogging because I was writing a cookbook for my family for Christmas, and I figured out that if I had an ongoing blog, I wouldn't wait till the end of the year to do it, which is what had happened before. And I've always loved the farmers market, so it was nice to be able to kind of marry the two together and do a cookbook about the farmers market for my family. And what I didn't realize is that other people were going to read my blog, and when I found out that others wanted to know about the farmers market and cooking from the farmers market, that's when I started kind of doing a more general blog.
Okay. What's appealing to you personally about shopping at a farmer's market and buying locally?
I really like being able to know where my food's coming from. It's great when you know the farmer and you can ask questions about how you might prepare something or what something tastes like or where it comes from. And it just really changes your relationship with the food. A few years ago there was a big scare with tomatoes. Well, I didn't have to worry about my tomatoes because I know that they were coming from a field that wasn't using any pesticides, that there wasn't any reason to be worried about any diseases. I didn't have to throw anything out. And so it's nice to have that reassurance that your food is coming from a healthy place and that you know the people who grow it.
Okay. Can you talk about the differences between, say, buying your food at Walmart versus buying at a farmer's market? How the food travels and such?
Yeah, so the difference between a grocery store and a farmer's market is there's somebody in the middle who's helping get things to the market and then, shelve them. And there's just a lot of other steps that things go through. While some markets, supermarkets are selling things like organic products, they also sell a lot of conventional things where they're using chemicals to raise the vegetables and the produce. And, I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but kind of logically, if I can not eat chemicals, that's probably a better thing. And so you just have some other things. And the other problem is if I'm in the supermarket and I don't know what something is, or I'm not sure how it was grown, there's not as many people to ask as there might be at the farmer's market. So you're not asking the farmer directly about how they grew their product.
Okay. On your blog, you share a lot of recipes using local organic ingredients. What are some of your favorite things to cook using things that you bought at the farmer's market or local?
Well, it's been interesting because I really now buy almost all my produce from the farmer's market, and I've learned to eat really seasonally. So right now Brussels sprouts are in, so I'm eating a lot of Brussels sprouts. And we're almost past asparagus, but I've been eating a lot of asparagus. And I really love the season. So now zucchini's starting to come in, and I'm very excited to eat dishes with zucchini. But that eating seasonally makes you excited when you see something again. Like, I cannot wait for peaches. And so all of it has been kind of fun. The big thing for me is I've learned to eat a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. I never would have picked up beets at a supermarket, but now I eat beets a lot, and that's just not something I ate growing up as a kid or knew how to prepare. And I've learned a lot about foods that I wouldn't normally have picked up, like kale, beets, things like that.
Cool. Do you have any recommendations of great restaurants that use local organic ingredients here?
There's actually a ton of them, and some of them use them more than others, but and they're not all fancy places. It ranges from Odd Duck Farm to Trailer, where you can get really great dishes for $6, and to your very high-end restaurants like Congress and the Carillon and Trio, all those very fancy places. And there's everything in the middle. And so actually on my blog I have a list of locally sourcing restaurants, and you can find something by area of town, and it really kind of fits your budget. So some of my favorites, I really love Fino and Asti. They're two of the oldest. Eats Like Cafe, that's one of the oldest restaurants in Austin that works with local sourcing things.
Cool. And where can we read more about eating locally? Where can we see more of your writing?
Sure. I write for Edible Austin, which is a magazine that comes out quarterly, and then they also have a 5th special issue. And you can pick that up at the farmers markets, Whole Foods, and a number of restaurants around town.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.